Building Your Empire with Sophie Zoe. I am Sophie Zillman, the owner and founder of Sophie Zoe Next Level Business Support and the host of this show. And before I dive into this week's topic, I want to take a minute or two to express some gratitude for my live watchers, my podcast listeners, my team, my family, and all my social media friends, colleagues, etc. because I have been going through bronchitis for the past 2 weeks plus, and I've had to really rearrange things. I've had to do things differently and accept the wake up call that this illness has put in front of me. And I'm grateful for everyone around me who has supported me through it, who has taken the reins of the company where needed to help me in every way possible so that I can prioritize myself and my health and all of those things so that everything continues without killing me in the process. And that includes me actually putting myself so much so first that last week I completely canceled my live. I completely canceled the last week's live and therefore this week's podcast episode where we replay it the week later because I had to put myself first. I had to put my health first. I had to put my sanity first. And I had a lot of people there to support me to do it. And that is also what has inspired today's topic. So now I'll dive right in. Today, we're going to talk about what you need to step away unexpectedly. Because you know what? Shit happens. And I know I kind of talked about this a few weeks ago when I was saying sometimes you just go with it. This is even beyond that because, that was like an everyday life thing. And, those things happen, but you never know when you're going to get sick. And you never know when you're going to get really, really sick to where you can either not function at all or only minimally function to be able to keep things alive. So I'm going to talk to you from my experience of not only this time, because this isn't the first time I've been really super sick and had to step away. Last August, I had COVID really bad. I had to step away for at least a day and almost a complete day. And, you've got to be prepared for this. If I weren't prepared for this, if my business wasn't prepared for this, everything would have fallen apart and I would have lost clients. I would have damaged my reputation and it would have been a shit show. And so today I want to talk to you about how to avoid a shit show when you need to step away unexpectedly. Whether you're sick, your kids are sick, your partner is sick, and you've got to take time away or at least take a lot of time away and just kind of be in the business as minimally as possible. There's 5 things you need to have at the very least to make that happen smoothly and easily so that you're not killing yourself trying to do both, so that you can actually focus on what you need to focus on when you are in the business and then focus on yourself getting better or the family member getting better, whatever the case may be. So here's what you need. Number 1, first and foremost, infrastructure. You cannot be flying by the seat of your pants to run your business, to do the things in your business, for your team to be doing things in the business, if you even have a team. You need infrastructure. That means processes, procedures, SOPs, standard operating procedures. Some people want to do policies and procedures. Doesn't matter what you call it, needs to happen. And you need PM software, project management software, period, end of story. Those are the minimums you need to be able to have your business run without you, both expectedly and unexpectedly. Number 2, you need Loom or a similar video screen capture technology for yourself and for anybody else who does anything for you in your business. Because the best way to create those SOPs and processes and procedures in number 1 is to actually screencast video it first and foremost, and then you can have it transcribed into a written SOP as well, because everybody learns differently, digests differently, and whatnot. So you need to have a video that takes them through it step by step, and then you need the step-by-step written document so that they can read through it if they need to. Plus, that step-by-step document can also be turned into a checklist that someone can refer to each and every time they do the task to make sure they're getting it done completely. And that SOP can be in a cloud filing system, which is something else you really need. That's a part of that infrastructure. a nice, well-organized cloud storage system for everything the company needs. And also, so your project management system can have either links to those files so that the SOPs are handy in the projects in the project management system. And that's, and that kind of a thing. So have Loom or something similar. You can use Otter AI or something similar to rough transcribe it and have someone turn that into an SOP, or you can have a person, transcribe it and turn it into an SOP themselves. Just kind of depends on what works best for the people doing the work, because hopefully you're not the one transcribing it into the written SOP. Number 3, and this one is like technically the most important one after all that: flexibility to reschedule anything and everything, and the mindset to let it go. I have rescheduled so many calls over the past few weeks, and some I've actually rescheduled more than once because I'd reschedule it thinking I'd be better and I wasn't. So I'd reschedule it again, and I'm hoping to be better, but I've actually finally pushed things out really super far to be 100% sure I can take that call and stop rescheduling. So you've got to be able to let go and reschedule anything and everything that's not absolutely necessary. The only thing I kept on my calendar were client calls, team calls, and things like that. I even pushed a sales call of a potential client off because I was in no shape to have that call. And I'm not going to push myself to have those kinds of calls and damage my business, damage my reputation, and potentially make myself even sicker because I'm pushing too hard. Number 4 follows along number 3. Prioritize yourself. If you're the one sick and you're the one that needs to step away, you need to make sure you prioritize yourself first. You communicate to everyone involved that you're sick and that you're going to be in and out, or you're going to be out, whatever the case may be, so that everyone is aware that you are sick and you're taking care of yourself, and you will work with them as you can based on your status of health. And your clients, your people you work with, whatever, should all understand that. And if they don't, then you can deal with that after the fact. And then lastly, the biggest factor that's going to help you out with the first 4 is having a team to take over while you're out. If you're a solo entrepreneur or an entrepreneur with just a couple of part-time VAs, that is not enough for you to be able to step away if you get sick suddenly or if something very major happens, family emergency, whatever the case may be. You need a team. And if you can't afford a full team, you need one very strong business management type person who can do double duty as a doer, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. At least have someone that is your right-hand person that can step in and take over as much as possible, because you've got to be able to step away when you need to step away to take care of yourself, to take care of the emergency, whatever the case may be. Because as we all know, you never know when you're going to have to step away. You never know when really super unexpected shit happens, and you got to be able to do what you need to do to take care of yourself or your family or whatever the case may be, and not kill your business in the process. So if you're ready for that next level of business structure, etc., and you just want to get an all-in-one plug-and-play team that can step in and take over your operations, create the SOPs, the infrastructure, etc., go to my website, check us out. If it looks like a fit for you, book a call. Let's talk about it. And even if it's not a fit for us, I can definitely still talk you through these steps and other things and point you in the right directions to find the people that can support you should the shit hit the fan and you need to step away. So that's what I have for you today. I appreciate you all and your support, watching me live, listening in on the replays, all of those things. And I look forward to seeing you again next week.